What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 42 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Clark Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, man?
Players' Cup 2's over. Player Cup 3 stuff starts January something other. We got a lot of info.
Is it weird to you that it's literally been done for a week and they're like, hey, here's the next one?
Well, technically, the matches got recorded like 2 weeks ago, and then we saw them last week. So, it's been done for almost a month.
But not to the general public.
Yeah, no, they don't care.
The thing,
they don't care.
Like,
they want to keep everything rolling and keep excitement high, and that's the game plan. That's how they do it.
Especially since we don't have in-person tournaments right now. They need to have something going on. So, honestly, I'm glad that they have these Players' Cup tours going on. Mm-hmm. It really does make it where people are engaged, people are able to get out, and people are playing. But man, do I feel for some of them.
They have something to test for every couple months or so.
But I just feel for those who can't play in them because their region just isn't included.
Looking at Singapore, Indonesia, Japan, China, Russia.
Yeah, just like all of Asia, right?
Most of Asia.
It's just that's a large... That is a non-zero amount of people that they're just cutting out.
Yeah, but they do their own things for Japan. Japan has its own system. They have their own things they do there. That's how it's always been. And then I don't think China actually lets you play.
I honestly could not tell you.
And then
I think so because you can get Japanese Pokemon. I mean, Chinese Pokemon.
Well, you could. There's a language for it because that's what it is. But the country of China, I don't think lets them play.
Weird.
It's something to do. It's their government. It's how their system works.
Sure. I could not tell you, man.
It's the same way with Vietnam, Korea, and all those other
Asian countries
that are very strict and whatnot. And then there's poor Indonesia, Singapore, actual Oceania, because everyone's Australia, New Zealand, Oceania. No, Australia is Australia. Australia has always been Australia.
What gets me is the Oceania community is Australia and New Zealand, right?
Yeah, that's what it. That's what it is now.
Just feel like we're missing
a big chunk of what Oceania actually is.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they.
I don't get it. But
they were supposed to set up something, from what I've heard, is hey, we're going to cut this program but give you something else, and they never did the other half.
Especially because if the disqualification of the top 16 player, if that's why they were disqualified was because they misregistered information from their region, how bad does that look that, you're not allowed to play in this.
Yeah. This
isn't for you. And yet they didn't catch it till top 16 in the world?
They didn't have to check it. There was no reason to check it.
I feel like when we get to the regional part is when you would check it. But I don't know, man.
Because they said that they were, but then once you get to top 16, they start actually looking hard at the people.
That's true. Right.
Because in a sea of 128 players, you're not going to sit there and nitpick every 128. If they say they're in Oceania, they're most likely in Oceania, and you just take their word for it.
Exactly. Why would you disagree with it? Why would you not agree with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's really all we know about Players' Cup 3 is it starts January 14th?
The qualifier starts... Where is it? The qualifier starts Thursday, January 14th at 4 p.m. Pacific time through Sunday, January 17th at 3:59 Pacific. So for Eastern players, that would be 7 o'clock and 7 o'clock? No, 8 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Are they an hour earlier than what they're used to be doing? Because that's 6. No, so yeah, 7 o'clock Eastern for on Thursday to.
That would be 6 for us, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's an hour later than what they normally do, or something like that.
Yeah, that time zone, that time is weird. I don't know.
That's not the normal one. That's not what they've been used to.
I'll be streaming my matches that Friday. I'll probably start that afternoon and play all 30 of them that I can, and
hope that's enough.
Yeah, because unfortunately I'm not going to be able to play it on that Saturday or that Sunday because of work. So, this is the world I live in, and yeah. So now we just got to figure out what I'm playing.
Yeah.
Good thing I have a month.
Yep, you got a little bit. You got the holiday, and
the problem is we have a bunch of stuff between now and then. It just so coincidentally falls that everything that we're planning for Draft League falls right before this.
Yeah.
But, we'll manage.
Yeah. It's going to be the same format where it's that IC style qualifier. You play 45 games over the course of 3.5 days-ish. And ELO top 256 in North America, Europe, and Latin America, and the top 128 in Oceania. Move on to the regional qualifiers, which those are in March. That's really
far away.
Late March. That's end.
Yeah, compared to this past one where it was
November.
It felt it was about a month, right?
It didn't feel very long because we got Crown Tundra.
It didn't feel very long because it was September, and then they did all the stuff for Crown Tundra early October, came out mid-October, and then regionals were early November. So they had stuff to fill in that month.
Which they don't have that anymore. We have
nothing that we know about. I mean, granted, that's right when the 25th anniversary is, so they might have something.
The 25th anniversary will be February 27th.
Yeah, see, that's right there.
It's at the after IC style port. March 20th is the first set of double elimination until 16 players remain in each region, and then March 27th is the getting them down from 16 to 4.
Cool.
PSA, make sure you have your Nintendo trainer account.
Connect your accounts.
Link them. We had a couple people last time in our server that didn't do that, or they thought they did and they didn't, and they ended up not qualifying. Because they would have qualified if they had.
I need to make sure that's done, because
I do it every time.
I don't think... Because I didn't play the first one.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't qualify for the second one, so I wasn't really worried about it, but... I would like to qualify. If I do, cool. If not, okay.
Notably, if you were born in 2005, you can't play.
No.
2005
yes.
or later. Yeah, 2005. If you were born in 2005...
In 2005, you're eligible.
No. Who were born or later are not eligible.
Oh, I misread that.
Because they are technically seniors still. They are not master level.
Rough.
So 2005, if your birthday's in 2005, 2006, anything later than that, you can't play. Make sure you live in US, Canada, Europe, Latin America, Oceania, blah, 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 blah.
All that stuff.
Make sure you haven't been banned.
Which I feel like if you're
currently playing,
you know why you are.
If you're currently playing on ladder, you're probably not banned. Just throwing that out there. Finals will be on April 10th and 11th.
I'm assuming that's the days they're being broadcast?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
Which means they're probably being played
that following week or whatever.
All week before or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the third and fourth or whatever.
Could be sooner than that.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's literally all we know. We have no idea what format it is. Assuming it's Series 7.
We will. So I know the IC qualifier is going to be Series 7. With the way they're dated, March will still be Series 8. Because if they do 2 month, month or 3 month, it'll be that series. So the double elimination will be Series 8 every time, because of the way they had their words. Battles in each phase will adhere to current Pokemon video game championship rules, which that means
Series 8.
For that phase, whatever is currently on ladder is what you'll play for the double M.
Which we should be finding out Series 8 stuff
soon.
Next couple weeks, I would think. Probably like mid-January, right?
I'd say after the holiday in January.
Probably that first or second week of January. So about 3 weeks out, but plenty of time to figure out what we're doing.
It is. There's lots of speculation. It's either going to be Legends, or it's going to be ban list, or it could be nothing.
A lot of people are, hyping up the GS Cup that's going on, and they're like, "Oh, this is obviously going to be the next format." And I don't think that's the case. I think that's going to be a format we get this year, or in 2021. But I don't think that's going to be Series 8.
I actually think it might be, especially since they probably want to play their double eliminations on Legends. Like, here's your restricted mons. So they probably want that.
I think we're getting to the Players' Cup 4 between now and November, when we're getting Diamond and Pearl remakes.
We gotta get the Pokemon Snap remake first.
Look, we
gotta get there
first.
But
that one doesn't provide competitive Pokemon, so I'm not worried about that.
You gotta get that game out before you announce anything else. Otherwise, You're gonna get a lot of upset players.
I mean, they announced what's the MOBA? Unite!
That's actually supposed to be out here at January, February, sometime for beta.
I'm excited for it. Legitimately, I'm not a MOBA player, but anything with the Pokemon LT, I'll play.
It's a MOBA with Pokemon.
How can it not be
bad?
Worst case scenario, it's just adorable.
Yeah. You get to run around as Charmander and breathe fire on people.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be banned list format. A lot of people are saying that I'm wrong and I'm an idiot, but
I'm expecting restricted Pokemon. If it's not, cool. If it is, cool.
I think we're going to see restricted for Players' Cup 4. Calling it now.
I think it'll be... the reason I say it's restricted is because the 25th anniversary is in February.
And they want as many Pokemon legal for the... that's a fair assessment.
Especially if you're going to be releasing a game in November, you want to have the maximum amount of time with your restricted format stuff. Especially if you're going to, probably change over to whatever mainline game you're releasing in November. Whether it's a remake or not.
It's going to be Sinnoh restricted decks. That's going to be the November format.
That's if it comes out in November.
It will be.
With COVID?
Calling it now.
I would be surprised.
Knock on wood. Calling it now. Man, I cannot wait till next year when this, people start regurgitating this moment right now, and it comes back of, Carter's an idiot. Well, I can't wait to be wrong.
We'll probably see all that stuff in early February, around the weeks leading up to the 25th anniversary. We'll probably have a bunch of leaks and whatnot.
For sure. So that's Players' Cup 3. Now to take a step back and go back to Players' Cup 2.
Yeah, we're gonna go backwards now and go to Players' Cup 2 here.
So that was broadcasted this past weekend. This is coming out what is Monday's date? The 20th? 21st?
Monday is the 20th, because Thursday is Christmas Eve.
Yes. So this would be the 20th this is coming out, so it was played the 12th and 13th?
It was somewhere in there.
Something like that. No. 11th and 12th.
Yeah, somewhere back that way.
The last weekend for us.
Yeah.
To probably no one's surprise, Wolfglick ended up winning.
I think you mean Colossal ended up winning. To no one's
what? There was 2 Colossal teams in the top 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Wolf got into the losers bracket.
Yeah.
In round 2.
Lost to Reggie Gigas.
Clawed his way back to beat Reggie Gigas 4-0.
Yeah.
So
played a bunch of matches against Reggie Gigas.
Yeah, big shout outs to Wolfglick. Congrats on your win. This team's sweet.
It's literally 5 of the 6 that won last time, and we swapped out Moltres from Togekiss.
Sure.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep. So what's great about this is, early on in the format when I was playing with Moltres, I gave Nasty Plot Moltres a very hard time saying this is not good. But what's great about this is because we're playing Policy on Colossal, we don't have a way of triggering Policy on Moltres. So having that Nasty Plot really makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, no, you need all the help you can get.
And that was something that really came up in the finals matches. It's just okay, who got their boost first? And that just dictated the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Granted, there was a couple games where I had things. I think it was specifically Matt, it was game 2, turn 1. They missed. I cannot remember Wolf's opponent. David missed his sleep powder on the Incineroar, and had he hit it, it probably would have won the game right there. Mm-hmm. Just a couple things broke Wolf's way, and he was able to claw back in, and that was that. I believe in games 2 and games 3, David's Venusaur just got one shot on turn 1, and it's really hard to recover from that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty this is like everything you're used to seeing. Dragapult with Surf, Light Screen, Will-O-Wisp, Breaking Swipe, doubling as like an extra like version of Reflect here against everything that's not a fairy type, but if they have a fairy type, physical fairy types don't really exist anymore.
Off the top of my head, I ended up playing Mimikyu on the ATX Friendlies on Monday.
Yeah.
And they had, it was Scarf Mimikyu next to Weakness Policy Dragapult and Terrakion for beat up. I didn't know Mimikyu got beat up until I saw that.
I did.
I figured Dragapult had the beat up, and that was their thing.
Dragapult might also still have beat up.
True. Like, that's the good part about that team that I played against. It's just like, there's a lot of things that were very coherent, and it was a super solid team. I don't think that's up on their YouTube page yet.
It'll probably be up next week.
I know Jims was saying they were a little far behind on their Mondays for YouTube, but when that's up, I'll get that posted and everyone can watch it. But it was a good match. Mm-hmm. There was a couple things I misread and I second guessed myself about, but it ultimately didn't really matter.
No, you did a very good job of just like walling everything.
And that's the beauty of the Coco Entei core. I'm really glad I was able to show it off and then have it do its thing, because that Tuesday night that
it didn't do anything.
I streamed with Jeff, we lost like the first 3 games. He's like, all right, we're gonna go play Amistar.
Yeah, the difference between the Monday night thing and the Tuesday night, I think, was just like quality of opponents and what you were playing against. Your opponent on Monday was a very straightforward team. Like, it had a very obvious gimmick thing to beat, and you were able to identify that really, really fast. Your opponents on Tuesday, they were more like just balanced teams, meant to climb ladder rather than anti-meta. You also ran into Colossal, which is a big problem.
When I was talking to Jeff before we started, I told him, hey, Colossal just won Players' Cup this past weekend. There's a very good chance we run into it, and I don't know how this team beats it. And then we ran into it, and like our opponent that we played, like, did not play the first like 3 turns optimally at all, and it still felt like we were just so far behind.
Yeah,
basically from the very beginning.
I believe you ran into Wolfie's team, didn't you, on Tuesday?
I believe it was Wolf's team.
So,
and I think they were like Dragapult and Incineroar. Switched Incineroar out for Rillaboom or something. It was really weird lead. It was just really weird. I'm just like, well, we can't take the Dragapult out because they're just going to fake out into the Urshifu. And then they didn't because they switched out. And I'm just like, okay, well, now we get to deal with that. And then they brought in their own Urshifu, switched into Colossal. I'm like, can't beat that one either.
Yeah, I feel like the Colossal teams are just giant jockeying for positions all the time, trying to get the best setup to where you get to max your Colossal for optimal play. And I feel like that's like what every time you play it as. It's just like, if you can, there's games where you just lead Dragapult Colossal and you just don't get to do anything because your opponent read the lead for Dragapult Colossal. So the idea is to probably lead off and lead something else like Urshifu, Rillaboom, or Incineroar, Dragapult, or even Rillaboom, Moltres, or Incineroar, Moltres, where it's a fake out plus a nasty plot and then do your thing there. So this team is always just like jockeying for position, trying to switch. It feels a lot like a singles team where you're just trying to get the best 2 months at the moment, at the time, on the field, at the same time, and then you try to take an advantage because you just have a very strong, balanced team.
There's something I've heard people describe like Wolf's team building aspect. I believe it was a direct quote from him, is he likes to play hyper defense where he just wants to get into a good position and take over the game from there.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this team is very, very good at doing. Where you're able to basically mess with you play a lot of mind games with your opponent of, okay, what's going in, what's staying in, what's attacking where. There's a lot of different angles this team attacks from all at once. Mm-hmm. And if you ever get into a position where it's Colossal plus Dragapult or Colossal plus Urshifu or, Fake Out plus Moltres out at once, the game can snowball from there.
Yeah.
It takes one turn for you to not read what your opponent's doing for this team to just snowball out of control.
Yeah.
But, ultimately, talking with you and talking with Jeff a little bit, I think the answer is to cut Raichu from the Coco team. And probably play offensive Toad like what Juan was doing on his Rain team.
Yeah.
Like, we played Juan's team Tuesday as well, and no one expects Toad to do that much damage.
Specs Toad is going to blow everybody up.
It smacks so hard.
The downside is you lose all the great bulk that you Toad's really, really known for because you're investing it in special attack. Which
is, I think I've come to a compromise of that, and I'm playing Assault Vest Toad, where we can live a max overgrowth from a +2 Colossal and one-shot them back.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. You are no longer a problem.
Yep, you did your thing. You got to do your thing once. I hope you liked it. Bang.
Yep. And they go for Max Flare into my partner. Like, my partner lives that because of the rain that's up. I can then get screens up or whatever, and the game snowballs from there where I've stalled out their Dynamax. They haven't accomplished anything, and they've lost their own Dynamax. Yeah. So I'm still in a position. It does exactly what I want on the team, where I'm applying pressure while stalling out what they're doing. So I think it's a good change. I haven't got to play mini games with it, but the games I have is just yeah, this is cool. This is doing what I want it to do. But this is one matchup where I'm just I need to play this about 10 times before I can say, this is the plan I need to have.
Mm-hmm. The big changes between Santiago's team and Wolf's team, I think Specs, the goggles was on the Incineroar last time, and Dragapult had something else.
Sash?
Probably. And now Dragapult has the goggles because Venucol is picking up popularity again, and this is a threat. So now, all the Venusaurs are going to try to sleep you, and they can't sleep you anymore.
We had that happen when we were playing the Amistar weakness policy shenanigans. Our opponent went to sleep our Spectrier. It's
yeah, that doesn't work.
Oh, no.
That doesn't work.
You can stop that right now.
Outside of that, I think the rest of the items are correct. I believe Santiago's Rillaboom was probably Choice Band because it had superpower instead of Fake Out.
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Urshifu was Focus Sash. Incineroar was Goggles before. It was in Citrus Berry now, which that's fine on Incineroar. You did the reason you wanted Goggles was to be an Amoonguss counter. We don't have to worry about Amoonguss much anymore. So now it's Dragapult needs them better because you have to worry about Venusaur. And then Moltres is just the replacement flying type. Colossal is Colossal.
Colossal's real good.
Yeah.
I've been playing with
the mishmash of...
Dude, this team is sweet!
So it's literally the Reggie Gigas Weezing set from the Veets team, and then 4 of these.
Basically, yeah, we have Dragapult Cole, but we have Dark Urshifu and Choice Band Rillaboom. So it's just this weird amalgamation, which is Urshifu and Rillaboom are 99% of the time in the back, and they're going to come in and sweep you. And the question is what's up front?
What lead have I got for you? Do I have Gigas Weezing, and did you plan for that, or do I have Dragapult Cole?
Because talking with Jan about it, who designed the team and played it and everything, we haven't come up with a lead that any opponent can have that beats both.
Yeah, there isn't one.
They attack on such different axes that it's impossible to plan for both at the same time.
Yeah. Weezing just wants to sit there and protect and stall out turns while Reggie Gigas just blows up Pokemon And Dragapult and Colossal just like, I'm going to be faster than you and I'm going to blow you up. I don't care what you do. You can take out the Dragapult. Cool. Colossal's just going to sit here and just blow up the damage fence every time.
I will say, Dark Urshifu does feel like a major problem for that team. Because if you lead Gigas Weezing, well, they can just punch your Weezing. You can't protect in front of Urshifu. If you lead Dragapult Cole, you can get your Cole going, but if they're Sash, like, then they get a huge hit back on you. Mm-hmm. And from there, it can really snowball where you should be able to knock them out if they are Sash because you are Surf plus Bang. Mm-hmm. That should be enough, but if they're like Water Urshifu and they go for an Aqua Jet and then you Surf, and like that damage adds up real quick.
Yeah.
So
I feel like if they don't go for Aqua Jet, then you just like your Dragapult gets to like either Will-O-Wisp, or you can like swap Cole out and Will-O-Wisp Urshifu,
or even just like Max Guard, take out the Urshifu, make it not a problem anymore, and then from there just do your thing.
Yeah,
because that was the one game I've actually lost with the team. I just led Gigas Weezing, and I expected them to attack into the Gigas to try to clear it while it Dynamaxed. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to Max Guard plus Will-O-Wisp them, and they're like, nah, punch your Weezing.
Yeah, that's always the game plan, is if you take out the Weezing, the Gigas does nothing.
Gigas did pick up 2 KOs. In the 3 turns at Dynamax, without Weezing, it picked up 2 KOs, but just was not enough.
Yeah, no, you need Gigas to pick up at
3.
least 3.
Yeah, it needs 3 out of 3 turns. It needs to be doing something.
Yeah.
Gigas does not like clicking Max Guard, which is something that I believe David's Weezing set was just 4 attacks. I'm pretty sure it was Life Orb 4 attacks. I think it was Giga Impact,
High Horsepower, because it had Max Quake.
Yep, and then Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, I believe.
Something like that. The one you ran into on Ladder on Tuesday was Max Darkness. That just felt bad. That didn't feel strong at all.
It feels weird on Gigas.
You don't need it. Like, you're lowering special defense, and Weezing is not known for just, like, being this powerhouse that can take advantage of that.
I will say, David played Weezing wonderfully, where it's just like, okay, this is the turn I protect Weezing. Nah, Sludge Bomb you. Just like, nah, we're going to pick up a KO, because for whatever reason, now that you're -1, -2 speed, Weezing outspeeds you. Bang.
Yeah.
And granted, I believe his Weezing is also max speed, so it can do that.
Yeah. Speaking of laddering teams, we have next week's laddering team picked out already.
Yeah,
this one's cute because it's just like a bunch of weird mons slapped together that you don't normally see together. The biggest worry I have is my Cinderace damage, like, being neutered because I have Politoed.
What are you talking about? You just bounce them.
Bounce is always good. If I need to hit a steel type, I'm going to want to Pyro Ball because...
if you're facing down a steel type, you just kick them.
And then they protect it. I take half my HP.
Not if you're Dynamax.
That's going to do less damage.
But you kick them.
That's not kicking them.
Alright, well, you're throwing a fist at them. There, is that better?
Still no, because it's only 95. Where it's 120.
True. But then you get the attack boost, the second one's even better, eventually your Dynamax ends, you outspeed everything.
So, like I said, it's a bunch of weird Pokemon that you don't normally see together. Politoed, Specs, Muddy Water, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Weather Ball. You expect like a rain abuser on this team. And instead we have Dracovish.
It abuses rain in the sense that Fish's Rent hits like a truck.
Yeah, that's not abusing rain. It's just a side product.
Yeah, that's just minor synergy. My big problem with this Dracovish set is like it doesn't feel like it's advancing the gameplay. Like it feels like this is the one piece that's just like slapped on here just to be here.
Yeah.
It could be wrong that this team is very good and it gets run away with the game because, they try to focus on Dracovish and instead Toad does the thing. Mm-hmm. My other big concern is you're locking into Choice Specs and Choice Scarf with both of them on the field.
Yeah, like your Dynamax options are super limited because you have Politoed Dracovish with choice items. Celesteela can Dynamax after Power Herb, but you really want Power Herb to go off before you do anything with it. This Raichu isn't Dynamaxing ever.
No,
This
not
Whimsicott
with
isn't
just
Dynamaxing
Switch, yeah.
ever. Like, Cinderace and Celesteela are your only true Dynamax targets. Like, Politoed can.
I've seen it, and I've seen it be correct, where this is the play, but you lose so much power from not having
an item. You just have no item.
But, at the same time, the difference between Muddy Water and Max Geyser makes up for that difference. But at the same time, like, you're also losing out on spread damage.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple different things that are just like, man, this is kind of awkward. Yeah. Notably, with this Toad, if you do Dynamax it, you can Hailstorm and then have 100 base power Weather Balls that are Ice type as well, which is better than the Ice Beam. But
Celesteela maxes, we get Max Rock Ball.
And then we have Rock. Yeah.
And then Cinderace, if it's Dynamax, we get to do the Fire thing. But if it's Gigantamax, we don't.
Which I actually don't know.
We can't tell from here, so.
Yeah. That might be something you need to figure out between now and then.
We'll figure it out once it happens.
Yeah, basically. Where's your Switch? I'll just punch this in real quick.
It's up there.
That's close enough. That's far away.
Close enough, but far away. Okay.
Shut it.
Politoed specs. Raichu is screen support. I've been playing with this a lot. Protect, Volt Switch, Light Screen, Reflect. I was running Light Clay because I wanted max screens. They're Focus Sash instead.
I could see Light Clay being correct, and then having the Sash on Whimsicott.
Like Raichu, my Raichu was max HP, max speed.
That's what my Raichu is currently as well.
So Light Clay, I wouldn't go down to certain things, and I would be able to do both screens if I correctly called whatever attack was going into Raichu. Cinderace Bounce, Pyro Ball, High Jump Kick, Life Orb, Libero. Also has Protect. This Protect could also be any normal type move.
Like Ally Switch.
Yeah. Could be Ally Switch, could be Coaching, could be anything of that nature.
Are we not going to comment on the Ally Switch Cinderace memes that have been running around on Discord?
Because they're not memes anymore.
Like...
They're actual things, yeah. No, there's actual ladder teams now with Ally Switch support Cinderace. Did you not see the Reddit post?
No.
Yeah, no, there's a Master Ball, high-ranking Master Ball team with Ally Switch Cinderace and Coaching and Sucker Punch and things like that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is a thing. It's a thing now.
After
Pokesports did it 2 weeks ago, did the all Ally Switch team with the support Cinderace, it took off.
I legitimately thought it was just something that's been running around in our Discord.
No.
Just to meme. No, I didn't know this is a thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
I'm upset.
Celesteela here, Power Herb, so we can Power Herb Meteor Beam people, which is one of my favorite things to do with Celesteela. Is just I'm bulky, and I'm going to get Beast Boosts off for defense, and then I'm going to just keep clicking Meteor Beam or Air Slash or Flash Cannon and blow people up.
I got to introduce Jeff to the play patterns that is Leech Seed Celesteela.
The grindy, long, drawn out. He's not going to be a fan of those games.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, he's not going to be a fan of those games. If he doesn't like being stuck in Pokemon to have to run away, he's not going to like the long, drawn-out games that are watching Celesteela pull Leech Seeds for 30 seconds a turn, and then leftovers, and then,
What's even better about it is the next game in Team Preview. We could bring Celesteela for the mirror. He's like, that actually just sounds awful, and so instead I'm going to bring this thing that beats up Celesteela.
Yeah. So we're going to try an offensive Celesteela this time around. Whimsicott with Mental Herb, which is a weird one. Tornadus doesn't outspeed us.
Is there any taunt users that outspeed +1? Cool.
I'm aware of.
Scarf Tornadus.
If they're scarfed into taunt,
I feel good about my life choices.
Deal. I'm going to just click Moon Blast instead. I'm okay with this.
Someone did something wrong.
And then the Dracovish here with Choice Scarf, Strong Jaw. This is old Dracovish.
Yeah, this is series 1 through 6.
I want this Dragonash to be Ice Fang.
I can see it.
It deals with Dragon type still. It doesn't miss. And he gets strong jaw bonus.
Because Dragon Rush doesn't, right?
Yeah. It is not a bite move.
Does it get Dragon Tail?
It doesn't have a tail.
I would be lying if I said I knew that.
That should answer your question. It doesn't have a tail.
Huh.
Yeah.
We can move on now. I feel stupid.
My other pet peeve is Crunch and Psychic Things on the same Dracovish, mainly because it doesn't do anything, really. It's like, the dart coverage is decent. You get to hit psychic types. The psychic coverage is not
minimal,
even needed. It's literally there to beat screens, but like...
The big thing you're doing is you're clicking Vicious Rend, and past that, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, like, this is a Vicious Rend bot. If it was, like, not Scarf, whatever, cool. If it, like, you took this Life Orb, slapped it on there, and was just like, I want to make this thing fat, like, max speed, and Tailwind's going to do the job, that's a different story. Cool, you can have Psychic Fangs to break screens. But if you're not clicking Vicious Rend, you're not doing damage. It's just the long and short of it. But yeah, I'm going to try this team out next week. If I don't like what I'm seeing on the first day, I might build this myself and change some things around. We'll see how it feels.
I'm hoping it feels good. I'm hoping there's more synergy to this.
I really wanted like Celesteela to just like be able to go big, and then I can max Rockfall, and then Dracovish gets Sand Rush, and then I get to blow people up, and I can't do that because we're Strong Jaw.
Yep.
Like, the Politoed felt slapped on. If you like, give me any kind of extra way to set sand, this team feels great. Politoed kind of just feels like an attachment to help reduce Celesteela's weaknesses. But yeah.
You know, I'm really hoping, like I kind of mentioned, I'm hoping there's more synergy than what I'm seeing. Because on paper, like you said, it just kind of feels like these are just 6 bonds slammed together.
Yeah.
Because, like, Cinderace already goes fast. You don't really need Tailwind, but at the same time, you need the Tailwind to outpace all the other Tailwinds in the format. You need Taunt to be able to outpace all the Trick Room abusers in the format to prevent that from going up, because otherwise, I have a feeling this team really suffers against Trick Room.
Yeah.
If you don't have exactly Whimsicott to stop it, then sorry.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I could see this team functioning and it being fun, but I'm not sure if this team is hyper competitive.
Yeah, like, if I see Regigigas, what the heck do I do?
Max the Toad.
I'm going to have to, probably. I could honestly max Celesteela.
Celesteela in and of itself is enough to stall out Gigas. So you could just Meteor Beam into the Gigas into max it.
I was like, I could Raichu, Celesteela, reflect.
That very well could be the solution.
Meteor Beam into Gigas, and probably put it at like 60%, and then max Celesteela, and then just Flash Cannon it out of here.
Whimsicott wouldn't be bad up front. Oh, maybe. I was thinking if Whimsicott was Sash, it'd be fine, because you can set your Tailwind, take the hit from Gigas, and then taunt the Weezing the following turn. But it doesn't quite get there.
No, it's not enough. It's like you get Tailwind, and then your Whimsicott's gone. So like the lead would probably be Celesteela, Raichu, and then like Reflect, Meteor Beam, and then Flash Cannon, or Max Steel Spike, and Light Screen, or Volt Switch out, one of the two.
So yeah,
we'll see.
Guess we'll find out next week.
Like, we'll figure it out. Okay. So next up here, it's been a while since we got to do this and talk about this.
What episode was this actually done?
37, 38,
so it's
36.
Been about just over a month.
It's been about 5 weeks, 6 weeks, somewhere in there. Coming back to our tier list here, what we got right, what we got wrong, things that need to move, up and down, things like that. So
36.
So yeah, so it'll have been 6 weeks.
Cool.
About halfway through Series 7 now.
Yep.
So this is a good time to talk about it.
So let's see how incorrect we were. I'm going to pull up Pikalytics.
Sounds like a plan. The first thing I know we're wrong on, Urshifu being a B needs to move up to here.
Are we doing Showdown or are we doing Switch data?
It neither doesn't really matter.
Alright, cool.
This is the first one I know we were wrong on. Urshifu is everywhere because Tapu Lele isn't the powerhouse that we thought it was going to be.
According to this, Urshifu is the number 1 Pokemon right now in the format.
Yeah, not surprised.
So, kind of misguided, kind of underestimated how good it would be in this format, especially when you see things like Feeny and Moltres.
You think this,
like
all these Pokemon would actually like be decent against keeping it down, but it's not enough. Feeny's still an S-Mon, like that's still.
Yep, Feeny's number 2 currently.
I feel like Metagross and Glacier are like 2 physical threats that you must have answers to on your team, otherwise they just take over games. So I feel like these are still fine.
Yeah, they're not the highest in the format, but I still think they are must answers. I think these are some of the biggest threats in the format still.
This one.
Nah, man, Elky's actually number 4.
Nah, compared to what these Mons do, this doesn't do anything anymore. It's just a screen setter.
You know,
that's why it's number 4. It's just here's light screen, here's reflect. It's gonna click Electro Web. That's all it does now.
Notably, Pikalytics has Rillaboom at 3.
Yeah, that's another one I was gonna get ready to move up. Like Rillaboom needs to be up here. Venusaur. Another one.
But Carl, Venu Cold, no skill.
That's exactly why it needs to be up there.
Long live Spain.
I think this is probably S tier.
I would probably say that's about right.
Boop. That needs to move up.
Yep.
This moves down.
Yep.
This moves down.
Mm-hmm. I think Comfey can come down. Zapdos is probably good down in B. Tyranitar could probably drop to C.
We'll hold it in B for now because I think we can still keep it here because it still sees play. It just doesn't see constant play like these guys do.
Can we bring Dusclops up to A?
Yeah, Dusclops is coming up.
It probably
Steel is coming up. Thundurus is coming up.
Yep.
Stag Attack is coming up.
Indeedee female, Indeedee male, we could probably drop.
Yeah, Indeedee male can go down.
Let's see, Dragonite could probably. It's lower in B.
This is coming up.
Grimmsnarl is only good because all the Japanese players are playing it right now.
No, did you see it in actual games on Players Cup?
As a man who has played with
Grimmsnarl, this thing by itself was keeping Pokemon alive with the screens and Spirit Breaks. This is the reason a lot of people won their games. Actually, because it mitigated the damage from their opponent's team, so their frail Mons could actually outkill other Mons.
Maybe it's just me, but playing with it, Grimmsnarl has not felt good.
No.
Maybe I'm just playing it wrong, but
you might be playing it wrong.
It has just felt worse than every other screen setter in the format.
Is it sad that I want to do this?
I think you're right.
This comes.
I think Spectrier can actually come a little higher. I don't think it's A tier worthy, but I think
I was just moving them into the tiers we could be in right now.
Where's Rotom Heat? That one.
Yeah. We were completely wrong about Rotom Heat.
Where's Nihilego? We need to move that one up at least.
Nihilego needs to come up from where it was.
Ooh.
Where is it? D. You need to come up to at least B.
You know, we literally missed the entire nut core.
No, we didn't. We got Cartron up here.
No, the actual nut, not the silent K. You don't count the K, Carl.
Yeah,
You don't hear it.
Yeah, you do.
Cobalion could probably drop.
Yeah, Beat Up should still be good, but it's not. Gyarados can get out of here. Garchomp is actually doing better than I thought it would. And
I think Gladios can probably drop as well.
I actually want to swap these two.
I think that's correct.
This thing actually is scary.
It's real scary, right?
Yeah. What else?
Clef? Do you think Clef is low B?
Yeah, that's probably right.
It's playable, but man, I think Politoed Kingdra need to be high C.
They either need to be here Or like
I think Politoed's a B for sure.
just because of what it does, and then like Kingdra can just hang it down here.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Because like looking at the rest of the B tier, it's just like, man, I haven't seen these mons in so long. Urshifu, Water Urshifu probably is. That's probably about right. And then like the rest of B tier, it's just like, when was the last time I actually saw these?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Go down here.
Do you think Dracofish is really that high still?
No. I really don't.
Yeah, that's about right.
You can join him.
Yeah, give my boy Coco some love.
Articuno can come up.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it... Why?
This thing's scary when it gets a policy proc. Because you can do it with fucking just fling.
You can do it with 100 different things.
Yeah. The fling whatever crit berry thing is the popular one because you get to fling it with Whimsicott and it hits like a truck. And then you get crits.
That's adorable.
Probably go up here.
That's probably about right. I think Charizard could probably come down some more.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be up there. This doesn't need to be here. Get out of here.
I mean, like, looking at B tier, it's just like, I don't know what any of these do. Like, compared to the rest of the format, I don't know what any of these do.
You move up. You're fine.
I think Heatran probably at least higher on B. Yeah, probably about there. I love how Gigas isn't even in this.
If Gigas was on here, like I'll probably Photoshop it in somewhere. It's gonna be like probably like about here.
It's probably honestly A.
It requires you have to have other mons to support it.
Yeah, but when it does its thing,
that's not what the qualifying factors are.
Okay.
These are how good is mon by itself. Like there's no
okay. Well,
support.
if it's by itself, it deserves to not be on this list. But if we're adding in the supporting cast of what it actually does, because Dusclops by itself doesn't do anything. It sets Trick Room.
Have you seen Series 5 Dusclops? They win games with this Pokemon.
No, that doesn't happen.
Do. No, they actually do. Because they sit there and paint split you until you're low, and then they have Trick Room set up, and then they Nightshade and Oko you. Because you're under 50. That's how they win games with this Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it does. It
procs policy.
That too.
Dusclops procs policy, clicks Trick Room,
stalls out games,
and burns you.
It stalls out games.
Paint Split really isn't even that popular anymore, right? Am I crazy?
No. It's actually still popular. Stalling Dusclops is still a thing.
I'm looking.
When it's not paired with the horse...
Paint Split is 62% of Dusclopses.
Yeah.
It's above Will-O-Wisp?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem
You
right.
can't... There's no fast Will-O-Wisp. It's not a fast Will-O-Wisp. It's a slow Will-O-Wisp.
But once Trick Room's up, it's fast.
You gotta survive the Urshifu first, and you can't.
Disagree.
No, you actually can't. It's count to not survive. If you put everything into it, Urshifu can still get it.
I really hope the camera was able to see, like, how big your eyes got.
Like, I've told you this like 4 or 5 times. I've shown you the calcs for this. You just forget them.
It's not that I forget them. It's just they don't exist. I disagree with them.
You're fine. You can get out of here. No one plays you anymore.
Drago doesn't deserve to be this low. And Reggie Rock, actually. Reggie Rock is way better than I gave it credit for.
This can probably be here.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Be here.
That's probably about right.
This thing can probably move up.
For whatever reason.
I don't know how people play with it, but it's actually doing something.
Crest could probably come up.
Yeah, actually, isn't the Crest like top 10? On like, if you go to Switch, it's like top 10 for some reason.
It's switching over. Give it a hot second.
Like it was top 10 for a minute. It might be not anymore.
32.
That's still really... That's enough.
Comparatively, Amoonguss is above it.
On this,
okay, it is. Okay.
It is above it. I'm like, well, yeah, it's right here.
Well, I knew you dropped Amoonguss out of the stratosphere, so I didn't know how far it fell.
I dropped all redirectors pretty much out of the stratosphere. Like, if it's not Clefairy, get out of here.
Where do you have Lele?
Lele is C. High
And
C.
Charizard's above. Yeah, okay, that's about right. They have Urshifu below Charizard, but I think that's incorrect.
Yeah, this is...
I think Urshifu's way better than that.
Yeah.
They have Comfey below Charizard.
That's incorrect.
I think Comfey doesn't get nearly enough credit, man. It's so good. Dracofish, Draco. They have Mamoswine really low, but man, people need to play with more Mamoswine.
Yeah,
they don't know how
you
good
need
this
to
thing
actually
is.
see this thing actually hit somebody.
It's insane.
Like, Ice Shard can Oko Scarflando.
I know.
Like, that's how hard this thing hits.
I know Ro has been playing with this a ton and has been streaming it on Discord and everything. It's just like, man, when this thing pops off, it is hella insane. It is bonkers.
I want to just, like, fuse these two together because I feel
They're
like
basically one Pokemon.
they go together. Like, these two go hand in hand. This one, and where's Dragapult? This one and this. Like, this one, and this one, and I've seen this, and... because, like, you can just spam Earthquake with Garchomp, and it doesn't care.
And coaching just goes, okay,
Go!
little more.
Go!
Little more.
Like, you just get to keep spamming Earthquake, and it's great.
That's adorable.
I've been playing Cantonian Zapdos and Swampert Disquake.
That's adorable.
That was, like, my highlight. Like, I've been practicing for the Showdown for the Rumble, which is, like, this past weekend now. I'm probably playing the Swampert team.
I should probably put something together.
You gonna play?
I should probably put something together that, is that Sunday?
It'll be I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. The 19th, so that's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday I won't be able to.
Saturday evening at 6:30.
Nope. That's, Saturday's one of my late days of work, so probably won't.
This is the only one I'm not sure where it goes. Because I see it by itself as like a way to answer Rotoms.
Yeah,
But that's all I see it as.
I think B is fine. I think it's better than Kingdra. I think it's better than Indeedee. Better than Primarina. Like that's really what when it comes to this, like, okay, where would I put this comparatively to everything else around it? Like, I think it might be better than Tyranitar. I think I see more Excadrill than I do Tyranitar.
Yeah, but usually if you do see one, you do see the other.
I think Politoed above them is correct.
Yeah.
Dragonite might be lower than them.
I actually see Dragonite more than I see T-Tar and Excadrill.
But is it good? That's the question.
When you don't have millions of ice coverage, or be me and run into mono ice. Yeah, it's great. Which I beat that team, thank you very much.
That was the best part of that video, which is, man, there's a lot of incidental ice coverage. Immediately gets paired into mono ice.
Yep, and like they expected Dragonite, I brought Heatran just blew up. That's why we had Heatran. So yeah. You all can stay down here.
Yeah. I want Nidoking to be good.
We're trying.
Trying hard, man.
I found out Berserk won't trigger if Nidoking triggers it.
Yep. Same with Landorus. Like, all the Sheer Force Pokemon are like that.
I didn't know that.
Same.
I knew, like, Life Orb recoil didn't happen, and that's why Life Orb and Sheer Force were so good together. But, like, I didn't realize it stopped your opponent's stuff, too. That matter about, like, damage, like, extra effects from secondary attacks.
Can Sheer Force can't hit through, like, Levitate, right? It's not like Mold Breaker.
No, it's not Mold Breaker. It doesn't ignore abilities. It prevents secondary effects.
It prevents stuff from triggering because of them.
Yeah.
Cool. Does it get around Disguise?
Again, no. That's a Mold Breaker thing.
Okay. Again, like, that...
that's a Mold Breaker.
It's a weird one.
And the G-Max starters. The G-Max Galar starters get around Disguise, I believe.
I didn't know that.
That one's from the attack's ability does that.
Weird.
The whatever the grass one is, the G-Max
drum solo.
Yeah, that stuff. I believe that gets through Disguise.
Is Inteleon on this list?
No.
Okay.
Does it need to be? No.
I like it. It's not good, but I like it.
Here.
It might be below, though. This might be down there with Buzzwole.
Oh, I gotta move Buzzwole up. This thing actually, like...
I told you it's good!
No, this was the one you told me was good.
It still is!
It's not moving. This is its home. It's top D tier, and that's it.
That's fair.
Buzzwole and, like, Sylveon was cute. I've seen Weakness Policy Buzzwole with Sylveon.
That's adorable.
And it's just cute.
That's adorable.
You go to, like, +2, and then you max knuckle something and go to +4, and then you just get to keep doing that, and eventually you just blow people up with everything else.
That is absolutely adorable.
You get rock coverage, you get flying coverage.
See, when I was playing it, I was playing Life Orb with, I think it's Felstinger it gets access to.
I think that's what it is, just so you can boost it up even
just
more.
Bang! Pick up an easy KO, then Dynamax it at +4 or whatever.
You're better than what we gave you credit for.
Yeah, that's fair.
The rest you can probably stay down here.
I want Goodra to be good.
I want Goodra to be good, but there's just too much Ice type running around to
make
it good. Blaziken's another one I wish was actually decent, but it just... You sit there, protect turn 1, which is super obvious, so they just ignore you and blow up your partner.
And if you ever see Urshifu, they're just like, guess I'll just punch you.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna hit you. What are you gonna do
nice
about
protect, close combat you. Like,
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like this is fine.
This is where I pull up the phone and actually look at stuff.
Because you're not ahead of Dusclops. You're probably in the same vein as Dusclops, but not better than Dusclops.
I think P2 is better than Stakataka.
I'm the opposite, because Stakataka is a threat and...
That's very true, whereas
P2 can deal damage.
You haven't seen enough Dynamax P2 then.
No, it's like it still does damage, but its speed isn't low enough to where it's an actual...
That's very true. But yeah, I have ran into a non-zero amount of Dynamax P2.
It's already Tri-Attack now.
It's terrifying.
You sit there and just click Max Strike and just lowers people's speeds.
When that's not good enough, you continue to click Max Strike because that's all it does.
Yeah.
You hope for a special attack boost, and you click Max Strike. It doesn't do a lot of damage unless you get that attack boost, special attack boost.
I'm
pretty satisfied with this.
We were terribly off on a lot of things, but there's a lot of things we had to move up a couple tiers or down a couple tiers.
I'm interested in coming back to this at the end of Series 7.
Yeah.
And just be like, man, what was the format like?
Right? Like...
End of January, we're going to come back to this, and like...
These are going to be... like these
the top mods are going to be like... I don't know, Coco and Primarina.
They'll come back.
Just like, okay, I don't know what happened.
Or Cole will officially moved up to S, because now it just no one cares anymore. It doesn't have the everybody answers me now problem.
I think that's just always going to be a problem with Cole. It's just like,
yeah, you have a 4x weakness that is very common typing.
Oh, more than one. You have ground. You have water.
Like both types are very common because they're just everywhere. It's easy to make water and ground type Pokemon because they're just easy to design.
And then you have Urshifu, which punches it hard. Granted, Urshifu can't one-shot it, but anything that has any type of super effective special attack, you die to.
I wonder if anything had like Focus Blast. If you could guaranteed Focus Blast hits, you could just blow it up.
Where's Alakazam?
I wonder if Pheromosa Focus Blast blows this thing up.
Choice Scarf, Focus Blast, Pheromosa. It's base. What does Lando do to it? Lando blows it up.
Lando hits it hard.
Lando has to.
Lando is an answer to it. Like it hits it real hard.
All right, man. What are we thinking? Anything else we want to touch on this week?
We were going to talk about the Draft League stuff.
Yeah, Draft League.
Which, speaking of Draft League, it's going to be mostly tier lists as well today. Just like...
Yeah, it's more tiers.
More tier lists and whatnot.
So I did the initial draft, and then you and all the mods came in and just said, hey, what if we actually make this good?
Like, what if we actually look at this?
Basically, what I would is I just literally went down Picolytics and went, okay, what if we add the first 35 to this list? And then we move the next, 60 to this list or whatever.
Yeah.
So then it eventually got to the point where I'm just like, my C tier was 240 mons or something. I'm like, alright, well, we can balance this later. Someone else can do this.
So yeah, we have about, let's look at, restricted and Gmax are going to be the same. They're not going to change. S has about 42. About 42 now, because this is whatever.
Oh, yeah, about 41.
No, it's 42, it's 43.
Yeah, but that's also line 1. And then you take out the text. That would be 41.
Oh. I forgot they numbered it up here.
Yeah.
And then A has got about 80-something.
80 exactly, I think.
And then B's got a bunch now, which is good because it needs to be the strongest one. And then C is technically the largest tier because we have all the not fully evolved Pokemon.
But I'm too lazy to type them all out because
there's a million of them.
When I got to 0.00% usage on Picolytics, I stopped adding stuff. Unless it was an evolved mon, I stopped adding it. Just said, okay, did you know Mime Jr., according to Picolytics, is somewhere in the B tier?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Ah.
It legitimately is over stuff like Rotom Frost and, Heracross. And just see, there's a Temple in here. Why is Temple in the C tier? What is it doing?
Ah.
You want to delete that for me before I get upset that it exists?
Can I just move everything up?
No.
You sure?
Not without actually dragging everything up.
I'm gonna ruin your tier list here in a minute.
Please don't. I spent a lot of time on this.
And
it's whatever. It's gonna irritate me. I'll fix it myself.
Did you know you have Gorgeist S on here twice?
What? One of those is super, one of those is small.
You should label it as extra large.
Picolytics, that is super. That one's small.
That's small? Okay.
Yeah. Hence the note of, should we just group all of these together? Do they actually do anything?
Their stats are all different.
But do they actually do anything different?
Move-wise, no, but Gorgeist Small is 50 points faster than Gorgeist Extra Large.
Do we need the other ones?
Not really.
Cool.
The Small, I don't understand. The Extra Large is just
bulky.
That's the one you want most of the time.
Bulky, slow.
I wasn't sure if Extra Large got any extra moves over the other ones.
I don't believe so.
You can just delete Mr. Rhyme. No one likes this Pokemon.
Agreed. It's an abomination and shouldn't exist.
Yeah. I'm surprised Mudsdale's an A. It's good in Draft League.
Mudsdale is very good, man. In these restricted formats like this, it's real good. Couple of them just quickly looking at that I think are going to be kind of undervalued by everyone.
That's my first one, is Arachnid.
Arachnid? Okay.
That's actually it's a really good typing. You're only really weak to rock and flying. You do Trick Room things. You hit like a truck.
I think right there next to it, Darmanitan and B.
Yeah.
That seems real absurd, right?
This is being a B tier mon. This is one of the better B tier mons.
It hits it picks up a KO and that's its job. It needs to pick up one KO and it's done its job.
Where's Ninetales at?
Which one?
Both, either.
Control F, Ninetales.
There's there's Alolan. That means the other one should probably be up here too somewhere.
I believe they're both A.
Because it's a Sunsetter. That'd make the most sense, right?
I thought they were both A.
It may not be. Maybe B.
Oh, nope, it is. It is B. Right there above Meowstic. Can you not screw up my tier list live?
No one's gonna see it.
I will. I know it exists.
I'm gonna take this out because we've already done that.
No, that was after I moved everything over.
You want us to move more into A?
I don't know. Do we need to?
There's 80 mons in here.
Okay.
Like, we're not going to draft all of them.
Did we finally nail down what we're doing? Are we drafting 10 or 12?
We're drafting 10.
Okay.
So it's the 2, and then 1 S tier, 2A, 3B, 2C.
It is going to be 2C?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the C may have the most mons, but they're not, like, actually a lot of them are actually playable.
There's a lot of them, but just like
out of the C tier, like off the top of my head, I saw Vileplume.
Vileplume's really good.
I saw Drapion's decent.
Drapion can do work.
Double's decent. Slurpuff's okay.
Currently, we have like Tangela and Tangrowth in there, and like I think they're both fine. Like I think they're both fine in C, but
getting a redirector in C is actually really strong. Because that's like no investment whatsoever. Because they're just gonna. It's like you draft the rest of your Pokemon. It's like actually good, and then you get a Tangela in C. You just slap an Eviolite on it.
See, I think one or both can move up to B. I don't know if we want both in B, but I think those are legitimately the two that I'm just like I don't know where to put these. Everything else feels.
I feel
good.
like redirection is overpowered in drafts just in general.
See, I moved Jigglypuff up to B because of Friend Guard. And, like, Friend Guard's really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But is Friend Guard better than Redirection? And I think the answer might be yes. Especially
it's on par, at least.
Especially when you put it on something as bulky as Tangela, you know? Like, that can do a lot. So There's a couple things we still need to round out, but for the most part, we'll probably release this with the episode on Monday. That's probably the goal, is to have this all lined up and finalized by Monday.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure everyone is completely satisfied with it and go from there. Man, there are some real good steals here in these tiers. Like Raikou and B feels pretty okay.
That's a snatch. Like Raikou and B. Raikou has such good coverage.
Like, oh man,
There's Alchemy in B, Escavaliers in B,
Brionne down here in C. That's clearly incorrect. That needs to go on the S tier. Like, legitimately, Rhydon is extremely bulky. Gets access to Lightning Rod. It can do a lot of things.
We played a lot. You played a lot with Cloyster last time.
Dude, I love Cloyster. I've had Cloyster in two draft leagues now, and like every time I'm just like, man, this is great. It does one thing, but when it does this one thing, it's insane.
I mentioned this on Lycanroc Midday. If any of them were going to be an A, it's Dusk.
I'm fine with making that change. Just like
Dusk gets Tough Claws, which is just a much better ability than Lycanroc Midday and Lycanroc Midnight. Plus, it still gets Accelerock.
Man, like Landorus Incarnate in A seems really good too.
Oh God, yeah. Like if that's an A tier bond, like someone's gonna have that's gonna be one of the first A's to go probably.
Man, just looking at like
Zergatry in A feels weird.
Do you think that should be higher or lower?
Lower.
Dude, it hits like a truck.
It's just it's actual like you gotta like make sure electric type is what you need it to do.
Yeah.
Like that's all it does.
Yeah. There's a couple weird ones like I know we moved Lapras way down because not having access to Resonance makes it not nearly as good.
Yeah, like it's still a bulky water ice type that could do Perish Song things to people, but like that's not anything crazy.
I know both Urshifus are S tier. Like, looking at the S tier, there's a couple that I'm just like, man, this is weird. Mm-hmm. Is Spectre seriously not on the list?
It wasn't. It is now.
Did you add that?
Nope, I believe that was either Evan or Sweet. But yeah, it stays in S tier.
I agree with that.
With its crazy amount of speed, it may not have the coverage, but the fact that it is fast and it still hits like a truck, it's a snap S for sure. I'm excited to see what restricteds everyone thinks are great. Like, I know what my tier list is for restricteds.
I have been working on my own as well.
I have like my top 3 that I think are going to be really, 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 really good.
I think there's a couple that people aren't going to value high enough.
Yeah, and then there's a couple that people are going to overvalue and they're not that great.
That is also very true. There is one that is historically very powerful that I don't think is good in this format.
There's one that there's one that actually got better. I'm not sure if it got the move that it has now. It had access to it before, but it has access to it now.
I'm confused by what you're talking about.
Mine is Yveltal. It has access to Tailwind. I don't remember if it had access to Tailwind before.
That's adorable.
But it has Tailwind now.
I was actually talking about Xerneas. I don't think it's new.
Xerneas isn't actually that good. Now, if you're going to pick a fairy type, you pick Zacian. Every time.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Every time.
Like, the fact that, sure, you're committing your item to it, but you're also always +1. You're immune to Intimidate.
The one downside is this one doesn't Dynamax. That's the one restricted.
But it hits like a truck!
I'm just saying, it can't do the Dynamax thing like the rest of the restricteds can.
Same with Zamazenta, same with Eternatus. Honestly, I think Groudon and Kyogre are very good.
They're solid picks for sure.
They're
going to enable a lot of weather to happen. Like, if you pick Groudon, you need to make sure you get Venusaur away from them.
if you can go Groudon into G-Max Venu, I feel like you can't lose. I feel like if the rest of your draft has to go very poorly.
Even if you just get a S tier Venu, like, it's fine.
Yes! That's a core I played a lot with in 2019. And it's just like, because Venu, when enabled, beats up Kyogre, it beats Groudon's, like...
another popular combo I've seen, and that was from the GS Cup, was Regieleki and Kyogre.
That's adorable.
You just get to do thunder with Regieleki, and like Kyogre gets to blow up all the ground types that you're scared of.
You go Thunder on one and Water Spout the other.
Yeah. The other popular
one, Pulse or whatever.
The other popular one was any Tailwind and Kyogre.
Yeah.
Just Tailwind, Water Spout, because dynamic speed is gross with Kyogre.
I think all the fusion bombs are insane. Specifically, like the Calyrex forms, I think are really good.
Calyrex Shadow's really, really good. The Cross with Dawn is just insane.
Yeah, I think those are the two big ones. I'm interested in the Kyurem forms.
One of the Kyurems was really, really good.
I think it's black.
No, it's probably white. Probably white.
Are you just saying that because I didn't?
I actually remember. I'm thinking it's actually white because I'm pretty sure I wanted Reshiram to try it and I couldn't get Reshiram.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never played with either of the Kyurem forms.
Zygarde. Oh my goodness! Did you see anything with Zygarde?
Yeah, it's great!
So you just Dynamax and let yourself get hit to oblivion, and then Power Construct triggers. You gain a bunch of HP back, and you just clap them.
Yeah.
It is gross.
Zygarde is technically league goal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it played before.
It is, so you get the Power Construct. You have to have Zygarde 100%. So you have to have the Power Struck one to get it to do that. Otherwise, I think your ability is like Pressure or something.
I'm actually looking it up as we speak.
Notably, Zygarde 10% still counts as Zygarde. So if you draft Zygarde, you can use Zygarde 10%. Because that's just how it works. So yeah, like I have a tier list of Pokemon that I would like to get, but then I have backups I have a list.
Man.
What?
I forgot how beautiful that shiny is.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great.
I love the Colgate tube. You get Aura Break.
Yep.
And then your complete form gets Power Construct.
Yeah.
Other cells gather to aid when its HP become half or less. When the Pokemon changes its form to complete form. What are the stat differences?
Should be at the bottom of the screen there.
Yep.
Holy
jeez.
Your HP is off the charts.
It literally doubles.
Yep.
It goes to 216.
Yep. You don't get any extra defenses, you just get more HP.
Yeah, your defenses are the same. Your special attack goes up. Your attack stays the same.
Yeah.
But your speed drops. So the big thing is your HP doubles.
Yeah. So that's whatever your HP is at when it triggers, you get to double it essentially.
That's absurd.
So I was watching it. Yes, I was watching some replays from GS, and it was just like insane. Looking at like G-Max tiers, there's obvious G-Maxes that are just insane. We're gonna have 4 Urshifus running around.
Love it. Wouldn't change a thing.
Poor no one's gonna draft Edie. No one's gonna draft Meowth.
I'm ready for someone to prove you wrong.
I can, if they do that, more power to them. I wish
G-Max Cuddle gonna give it to you.
I wish you luck.
I really want to play with Kingler, but there's gonna have to be a lot to go wrong for me to end up with Kingler.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be into the pack.
Even in 20 pod groups, you still have this many to pick from.
What is that, 10? 12?
13 technically, because you have yours, because you'd be number 20, and then the other 12. So 13 to pick from.
So if I had to guess which 12 are not going to be drafted, if you want to scroll up some. Oh, this is all the way up?
This
okay,
is all the
cool.
way up.
So
this is the first one.
Centiskorch, Pikachu.
Yep.
Garbodor.
Yep.
Appleton. Probably Appleton. I think Flapple's probably fine.
Yeah.
Meowth.
Orbeetle probably.
Yeah, Orbeetle, Sandaconda, Eevee, Corviknight. Copperajah doesn't do anything. Duraludon doesn't do anything. So we need one more.
We need 2 more to have all bad ones.
Alchemy Machamp.
Alchemy's actually decent. That being able to just heal everything is just
probably Butterfree then. Butterfree Machamp. Actually, I think
Machamp's fine in draft formats, and Butterfree's actually really good in draft formats.
Okay, probably Gengar then?
Yeah, Gengar does nothing.
So Gengar
being a G-Max is kind of bad.
Maybe Orbeetle?
We already said Orbeetle.
Did we?
Yeah.
Orbeetle again?
Like I said, the odds of you getting a bad Gigantamax are low.
Grimmsnarl is fine.
Grimmsnarl's fine. Alchemy's fine.
Worst case scenario, you just play Grimmsnarl as Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, you just, if Grimmsnarl got picked out from underneath you in whatever tier it's in S, and you want one, you just pick the G-Max version.
Yeah, that's fine.
You wasted your G-Max slot on it, but that's fine. G-Max isn't going to be you probably got a really good restricted tier then. Let's be honest.
I'm trying to figure out why Celesteela is there any rhyme or reason to how these are sorted in S tier? I thought I went by Pikalytics, but
I believe they got sorted again, they just got sorted again just to look at them.
Okay,
and they got moved around.
I'm that's not right. That's not how I did this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's, like I said, we're gonna get the tier list out hopefully when this episode is live today on Monday to our community. If you are not part of the community and want to join, we currently have 35. I would like 5 more, but I will take up to 45 more people if that's the case.
Yeah, if we can hit 80, by all means, we'll do it.
Yeah, I will run 4 20-man pods. Cool, no problems. So if you want to join, you can come join. I think we're going to try and send this out to Pokesports and ATX and some other places. Maybe advertise it on the RVGC, I think is the game plan. I'm not sure if we asked Aaron if we can do that yet or not. But
I have not, but I also don't regularly talk to him. So, I don't know.
It's just a matter of sending a message on the Reddit, like a DM just to him and just ask, hey, can we advertise our draft league?
Yeah.
Like, is this okay? Like, other people post when they're doing tournaments on there anyway. I'm just like, I don't want to... He lets us post all of our, like, podcast stuff, so I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah, I don't want to overstep our welcome, you know,
yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think that's it. I got nothing else.
I got a whole lot of nothing.
Sign-ups in January 4th.
You got 2 weeks from today.
You got about 2 weeks. Yeah. You got plenty of time still. If you're on the fence about it, think it over. But January 4th is the hard cutoff.
Yep. That night we were cutting it off. So
yeah, so I can start planning. I can start pairing groups and start planning drafts and get those underway. Because that's going to be a week-long process.
Oh, I'm sure. At least.
Probably have to have people manage their own group. Like, have one of the mods in each group just manage their own.
We might need to make multiple rooms on Discord.
Yeah, we probably are. Like,
I mean, it'll be fine. We'll make it work. But
Draft League A, Draft League B, Draft League C, Draft League D.
I've already decided if we go to 4 groups, we have Sword Division, Shield Division, Gun, and Catapult.
Done.
The much-awaited third version of the game, Gun.
Fine. Yeah, make sure you get signed up if you're interested. If you aren't signed up, I will be reaching out to you. And if you are signed up and you talked about stream sharing or recording sharing or whatever, I will probably reach out to you over the holiday via email or Discord DMs or something just to like get everything set up, make sure we get correct files, make sure we're getting good files, because I can't do anything if your files are all choppy and gross.
Yep.
Are
we going to do commentary or are we just uploading them?
I'm going to let them choose, because it's like, they can do commentary on their own stuff if they want to treat it like a stream and then send us the VOD. I will upload the VOD. That's fine, unedited. If they want me to go in and edit it, I can go in and edit it. It'll just slow down the process.
I know Jiggly and Swede talked about doing commentary for us.
Which I'm probably going to push some off on them and then have them send me back the stuff and then just clap them together.
Clap it all together, make it work.
Yeah.
Which, if so, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be a big step forward for us. Just, I mean, if we have time to do commentary, cool. By all means, we will. But, you know, we also work full-time jobs and everything else. And if we can, cool. If not, okay.
I'm coming back to this Pheromos thing. We are about 31% to Oko, 0 HP, 0 special defense, Colossal, with Focus Blasting Dynamax.
So that's max special attack, max speed?
Yeah.
You could probably do it. Just bang them.
Just bang. It's like 89 to 106. With Focus Blast, that guarantees we have to hit, too. That's with Life Orb.
So now we can give ourselves the clap.
What if we're Specs?
You said that was Life Orb?
If we're Specs, it's a guaranteed outcome.
Neat. So
we gotta have Tailwind.
We can be Focus Sash and clap them. No, that won't work. Because we don't have Speed Dragon Bolt.
We need Tailwind and then Fast Focus Blast. Bang.
Got him.
I wonder if we still outspeed if they do Aqua Jet.
Probably not.
Max speed, Colossal.
It's 360.
252. Let's go Timid.
Times 6. Or plus 6.
Plus 6 is times 4, which is 360.
Okay. Pheromosa, I don't
252 Pheromosa Modest is 203.
Before Tailwind?
Before Tailwind.
Good golly!
Yeah.
So what you're saying is this is new meta.
You get there. You get there with Tailwind.
All you have to do is hit a Focus Blast. You're 70% to win the game.
Yep, 70% to get them. Technically,
question is, how much does the Aqua Jet do to us?
Probably a ton.
Since we're not Sash now.
It probably a ton. It is only base 40.
It's also coming from an Urshifu, though.
It's a 2 KO.
It is? Okay, cool. We can live one Aqua Jet.
We're fine! Yay! Get us out of here.
Alright, man. Make sure if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're listening on YouTube. Ring that bell for notification when new stuff goes live. Leave a like and leave a comment down below saying, hey, now that I've looked over the tier list, I'm really excited to draft X in this tier. I'm really interested in seeing what people say.
I'm actually interested to see what people draft first. Like, what's priority? What, like, do you do weather? Do you want terrain? Do you want your restricted one first? Do you want to get a good Dynamax? Because a good Gigantamax can even beat restricted ones.
Yeah, for sure. Past that, if you're not listening on YouTube, make sure you jump over to there and join us on YouTube and all that. Our channel's great. I love it. It has grown so much in the last month.
We are at 157 subscribers right now.
As of recording.
We were at 140 at the start of the week.
Man,
so
we're
making jumps.
Then, let's see. We have our Discord. Make sure if you're interested in Draft League, you come and join the Discord. That's always down in the description of the video and the show notes if you're listening on audio. Our community is great. They're fantastic. I'm very, very excited to have them all be a part of my life.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then we have Twitter at Littleroot Lessons for the podcast stuff. Myself at Cardinal25, Carl Musical_33. Carl and I are both on Twitch. You can find us there streaming 1 to 2 to 6 times a week. You know, just whenever.
Wednesday afternoons usually.
Depends on the week, man. Sorry, look, I can't help that my dad was born.
We have no Nuzlocke info because we didn't play any solo lock this week.
Look, I'm sorry my dad was born. Is that what you want to hear?
Yes. I told him that he has to explain to the server that we're not streaming today because he's gone. I feel like we could have got it in. I got off. If I got off early off on Tuesday, since I'm off at 2 now, we could probably fit it in on Tuesdays.
Dude, I was exhausted when I got home on Tuesday. I got home at like 3:30, went home, and crashed till 6:30. Like, all right, cool. Time to get up, get something to eat, and then go stream. So, yeah, make sure you come and join us on Twitch. We're doing our Soul Lock on there, randomized Soul Lock. It's a blast, man. It's great.
Haven't touched it in a week, and I was like, I really wanted to on Wednesday, but now I'm just like, I forgot about it. I don't care anymore.
Well, not only that, but like, I meant to do all this grinding, and I just literally have not had time to actually sit down and do so, because I've had Legends of Runeterra on my phone that I've been playing instead.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I've been shiny hunting to no avail.
Yeah.
I got my Urleki in a quick ball, though, so the aesthetic matches. It's blue and yellow, like a Lecky.
Nice. I need to finish that.
I need to get a dream ball.
Message Penguin. I'm sure he's awake right now.
He's at work right now.
Tell him to quit.
That doesn't work. I'm pretty sure he's at work right now, and the goal is to catch him on a weekend, so I'll probably have to catch him on like a Saturday or something.
Yeah, all right. Well, I tried.
Yep.
He's free Sunday afternoon because we're doing our fantasy draft.
No, he's not. I'm the proxy for him.
Oh, yeah. You're free Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm free Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's all I got, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Make sure you check out all the stuff on our YouTube and all that good stuff. It really does help us out. So, have a good one. Peace.